Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies. Exclusive B School for Women, MBA and MCA, a part of Vivekananda Educational Institution. Established in the year 2002, we offers full-time MBA and MCA program approved by ICTE and EW Delhi, credited by NOC, and affiliated to Anna University. Greeny environmental campus around our institution. ICT-enabled classrooms, has its own cultural festivals and spaces for indoor and outdoor games. Active learning program services, provides a free transport service for day scholar students. Fine Arts Club, to bring the latent talent of the students to limelights. Sharpening your knowledge with fully stocked library. Live your dreams with MNC placements. International conferences, seminars and weekly webinars. iLearning engines, to increase the potential to improve the future learning. Comfy hostel feels like home, well-equipped lab facilities with 120 high-end systems. Consistent Anna University hold medalists and rank holders. So, if you're looking for a college that will prepare you for the exciting and ever-evolving world of information and management studies, look no further. Come join us at Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies.
A heartfelt welcome to all the guest speakers and the participants present here. We are sure you will enjoy the proceedings and will be appreciate your valuable involvement in making this international conference on navigating Metaverse in shaping the future of business a grand success. I would like to call upon Nivedita, our first MBA, to give an introductory speech of our speaker of the day, Dr. Janita Kularajasingam ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
A very warm welcome to one and all gathered here today. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest,
T.S. Dr. Janita Kularajasingam, Professor, Taylor University, Malaysia.
She is a highly motivated lecturer with 16 years of combined experience in academic and industry. As a passionate lecturer with 10 years of teaching experience, she thrives on both teaching and research. Recognized as a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert 2021 to 2024. She leverages her expertise in education technology to create engaging learning experiences. Additionally, her industry experience of 6 years and certifications in Microsoft Certified Professional MCP and SAP Ariba operational procurement solidify her knowledge in various fields. She is a professional technologist for information and computing technology IT field. She is also a Human Resource Development Corporation HRDC certified trainer. Beyond teaching, she actively contributes to the academic community as a reviewer for prestigious journals and an editorial board member for Pemimpin Educational Leader at University Malaya. Driven by a passion for student success, she brings a unique blend of academic rigor and industry knowledge to her training sessions. A qualified professional with expertise in marketing, digital marketing, e-commerce and tourism. We're glad to welcome you for the wonderful occasion, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the warm introductory. Very, very nice. Well done. Good afternoon to each and one of you. I hope you guys are doing good this afternoon. All right, so moving on, today we're going to look at a couple of things that, firstly, we're going to look at AI's contribution. But before that, are you guys able to see my slides? Can you see my slides? Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Firstly, I would like to thank Dr.V.Mohanasundaram. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for inviting me for a guest speaker for today's session. But let me start off a little bit about myself. Okay, my name is Dr. Janita and I've been in Taylor's and I'm a senior lecturer in Taylor's. So pretty much today we'll be looking at AI's contribution to the expansion of the Metaverse itself. All right, so this is a little bit about myself, my profile, which you viewed it earlier through the video itself. Okay, so before we start off, okay, I want to know, what do you understand with Metaverse? So if you're familiar with Slido, it would be very good if you could just scan the QR code or perhaps get onto Slido to see if you're able to define Metaverse. Maybe we can get everyone to start off doing this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone is able to access the link.
Yes, ma'am. We can access it, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I've given you a few minutes to look at what is the definition of Metaverse. So that definition, I want you to think about it, see if you are able to relate to Metaverse. So the more participants to join this, it will be really good. So far, I can find only one answer. Very good answers, keep coming. Nice. Very good answers. Okay, so I've got a very good response from most of you. Well done. Okay, so we will move on to the next part of the slides. All right, so the introduction. What exactly is Metaverse? So many scholars, many researchers have done lots of research. So we can summarize this based on three-dimensional. So what kind of three-dimensional are we looking at? We're looking at three-dimensional of online environment. So this is where we're looking at avatars. So as you can see from the picture on the slide, this is what reality is in future, the real physical world. And some of the scholars also mentioned that today we're looking at user-generated content. So how important is user-generated content? It is part of the physical world today. So everything is interconnected, and this is what we want at the end of the day. And of course, the overview of AI is also advancing in the virtual environment today. So think about it from the day one until where we are today, how things have evolved with technology. And this is where artificial intelligence is changing, is moving so rapidly. All right. And you notice that it's also involving gaming, education, healthcare. Things have evolved. If you look at the examples of Metaverse, you will understand that, Meta itself, okay, it went through a transformation from Facebook in 2021. I'm sure some of you have heard of Second Life, have heard of Roblox. All these are part of AI today. Why is AI so important? Why is it advancing further? So I want you to think about it. Think about it in that perspective. Think about how Metaverse is able to connect not only society, but also in terms of artificial intelligence. So end of the day, the relationship is also very important. What kind of relationship are we looking at? This is where we are looking at something called as synergetic relationship. All right. So as we are progressing, you will also understand Sundar Pichai. Who is Sundar Pichai class? Who is Sundar Pichai, everyone? Yeah. So think about it. Think about who is Jeff Bezos. So what did Jeff Bezos have mentioned about AI? Yeah. So all these important, prominent people have stand and have put a stating point, a very strong point in what exactly is AI is about. Our future is also AI. AI is there to not to replace us, but to complement human beings. Yeah. So as you can see, Jeff Bezos have mentioned, we are at the beginning of a golden age of AI. With the recent advancements, things have changed. Today, if you look at scientific movies and etc., you'll be able to relate to this. On the other hand, look at what Google, Sundar Pichai has mentioned, the CEO of Google. He said artificial intelligence will have a more profound impact on humanity than fire, electricity, and the internet itself. So I want you to do a little bit of reflection here. So what did Sundar Pichai and what did Jeff Bezos have mentioned? Are you guys able to relate it from a day-to-day perspective? All right. And of course, moving on to the next question. How can artificial intelligence fit in the metaverse? So this is a very thought-provoking question. So I would really appreciate it if you could put in your answers, and yeah, we'll wait for the rest to join as well. Okay, please do scan using the QR code or join using slido.com. The code is there. So. Are you able to access the code and also scan the QR code? Okay, very good answers coming in. Thank you so much. All right, so yes, how can artificial intelligence fit into metaverse gaming, fitting it into new universe? Absolutely. Analytics, content creation, virtual assistants, takes to the virtual world, personalized experience. Very good answers. Thank you so much. Right. So we're going to take a quick 2 minutes just to quickly watch this video, which has a reflection about the previous question. Enjoy. All right. So we watched the video earlier and it took us a little bit on the intersection between AI and metaverse. So now you understand a little bit about AI and also metaverse. Let's take a look at how AI plays a very important role in terms of emotional intelligence. So we've got many scholars previously who've done fantastic research over emotional intelligence. The famous researchers will be Daniel Goleman, John Mayer. So all of them have spent so much time researching about emotional intelligence. But I want you to do a little bit of reflection. How can emotional intelligence relate to our virtual characters today? How do they actually show emotion? So when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're disappointed, we're all human beings, we go through that process. So how can this happen in a typical virtual character? Okay, so I want you to do a little bit of reflection. How can virtual characters show us empathy, adaptability? How are they able to interact in a communication process? How are they able to engage? All right, so this is why there's a lot of study today that emphasizes on how even virtual characters are able to express their feeling. Okay, for example, in Malaysia, all right. Right now, most restaurants in Malaysia, they have robots that serve customers today. All right. So literally a robot will come and take down the order concern, and the robot himself or herself, yeah, will be able to serve you the drinks and the food. But let me just tell you that the human touch is still needed. You know, taking the food from the tray and placing it on your table, you still need an emotional contact here. You still need the virtual character to smile at you, to greet you. So this is where I want you to do a little bit of reflection, like what I mentioned, engagement, user experience. How is this all being saturated with emotional intelligence today? All right. So as we are progressing, I want you to take a look at this. Okay, so this is where computer vision in the metaverse with scene understanding, object detection, and human action or activity recognition. All right, so as you can see this particular scene, I'm sure some of you are able to relate to this scene, especially in the evenings if you are into gardening. All right. I believe most of you are into gardening. Those of you who have green fingers, they also say that gardening is a form of de-stressing. So when you are stressed out in uni, you're stressed out at work, this is the best thing to do. All right. So as you're progressing, you are able to see things have changed. things have changed. So this is where you are able to see the computer vision coming in. All right. You might see elements of emotion. Do you see elements of emotion there? Yeah. So I want you to do a little bit of reflection, but then we see a lot of technology that's being enhanced based on this picture alone. All right. So as we're progressing, social interaction and community management is also very crucial. All right. And this is where virtual assistants come in. So today we've got a lot of AI tools. I'm sure most of you are using AI tools as well, which is a guide to all of us. All right. Doesn't matter if you're using ChatGPT, Germany, yeah. All these are known as virtual assistants. All right. And at the same time, coming up with the content. How do we understand the algorithms? How do we understand the event, the experiences during the usage of this high content? As we're progressing, we also want to understand about community moderation. All right, and community moderation, I've touched a little bit about the attitude point of view, positivity, interaction. So this social interaction is very, very important, and not to forget the personalization, the experience that you obtain. So can AI further assist us with the recommendation, with the engagement, with the satisfaction? So imagine all of you today, you are actually at an event, okay? You are at an event and there's a lot of facial expression that's being exchanged, body language, body movement. So this is where we want to understand individuals' preference. So we want to make sure AI can recommend things accordingly, can recommend the connection, can recommend the events at the same time. All right. So the good news is, yes, we have potential opportunities and we also have potential challenges. Always remember that any topic, there'll always be pros and cons. All right. But the good news about the opportunities, the user experience, yeah. This user experience makes you stronger and the engagement in the virtual community grows even faster as well. At the same time, with innovation, so technology is evolving. Technology is changing so rapidly. At the same time, through analytics, we are able to understand users' behavior. All right. So if you get onto Google today, for example, that's all Google Analytics because Google is able to understand your users' behavior. What are the things that you like? What are the things that you dislike? What kind of apparels you like, perhaps? What colors? Okay. And this is all the trend as well. And AI analytics is able to do so. All right. And as I mentioned previously about virtual environment as well. So those with disabilities and language barriers, AI is able to assist them. So the opportunities are definitely very, very outstanding. But let's take a look at the challenges. Yeah, we're very concerned about ethical privacy. Okay, this information is being shared to whom? All right, and through the algorithms of AI, what is happening? Is there a lot of discrimination? Is there a lot of biasness that's happening? Yeah. Also, in terms of transparency, are those algorithms are transparent enough for the user to understand things? As well as users, are they able to adapt and accept it? So acceptance, what about the level of acceptance? All right. So there are a lot of people out there that don't know anything about AI, don't understand about AI, don't really understand about generative AI or even Metaverse. So how are we going to create that adaptation to them? How are we going to create that awareness, that acceptance? So that is also one of the challenges. All right. And of course, the ethical dilemma that I touched a little bit earlier, privacy. We're all very, very concerned about privacy. Every time we're on the internet, our information that's being shared, how is it being shared? What kind of dynamics that's being shared? The algorithm. So all that falls under the category of ethical dilemmas. All right. So as we are progressing towards the tail end of the slides, please also understand that, AI does not only bring negativity, but also brings in positivity, and we need to be able to use it ethically and use it when it's appropriate. Okay, so in order for me to conclude this particular slide, AI's contribution definitely brings in transformative opportunity. And this is where we want to understand better on how people are able to interact. Interaction is very, very important. Communicating is also very crucial, especially in a typical virtual environment. And if that is possible, how do we address ethical concerns? Okay, so we need to make sure everything is equally transparent. The entire AI technology itself is transparent because this is how we can bring in more ecosystems. The trust factor comes in. And with the trust factor, the entire ecosystem is a lot more vibrant, more happy. You get to see more happiness there. At the same time, as the metaverse continues to evolve, all right, think about how AI plays a very important role, not only about the virtual experience, but also in terms of the community management, how to manage community accordingly. At the same time, how to make sure that communication is also there. All right. So as we're moving on towards the last part, I want you to do a little bit of reflection here on where are we heading with AI and metaverse. Okay, I want each and one of you to think about it. So as I'm concluding my presentation for today, I'm going to leave you with a question for you to ponder and to do a reflection. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the short, quick presentation.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We have a question, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
We have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What is the implication of metaverse on environment, ma'am?
What is the implication of metaverse? Sorry,
On
could you please repeat
environment,
your
ma'am.
question?
On environment.
Okay, so what is the implication of metaverse on the environment? Okay, very good question. Thank you for your question. So this is where, how are you going to apply it matters. So we want to understand the positivity versus the negativity. And when you talk about the implication, we need to understand the usage of using AI. So why are you using AI in that perspective? Ask yourself first. Why are we using it? So think about the 5W and 1H question, even prior to even using AI, to even understand the implication of it, the consequences of it. Okay, I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions from anyone? Is there any other questions from the floor? I think there's some questions on the meeting chat, yeah? How is AI used in gaming? So basically in gaming, when you talk about AI itself, right? It's more responsive, it's more addictive in terms of the user's experience when he or she uses the video games. So this is where when you talk about the interactive point of view or the experience, we also want to understand whether the AI can be acting as intelligent or is it more creative? And is it actually controlled by human? So is it a human game player? That's what we're concerned about. All right. And also what you need to understand is AI itself, it's known as an engine. Okay. That engine is able to actually understand the behavior in the game world itself. All right. So from there, you can take it further. Real-time examples of AI, there are a lot of real-time examples. Like, for example, when you make a payment online, using e-payment. That's a typical example of an AI, okay? Because there's a lot of collaboration in terms of the processes and the systems there as well. Social media is also a very good example of AI as well. Because as you can see today, things are moving drastically. Facial detection, facial recognition, chatbot, search engine rec, algorithms, all that falls under a typical scenario of examples of artificial intelligence as well. All right. AI is there to complement human beings, to assist human beings. Okay, to answer Suganya's question.
Ma'am, நாங்க பேச போறோம். Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Like mobile phones now, will MR will be easily available in future for layman to understand and use, ma'am?
Mobile phones, okay. So today, you know, the evolution of once upon a time, we used to use the Nokia 3310, the flip phone. Remember the flip phone once upon a time? We used to use that. Okay, we used to use a lot of different types of phone, but over the years, things have evolved. And today, you see, we have started using flip phone again, thanks to Samsung. Samsung has come up with their flip phones. So if your question is, are we going to use mobile phones in 10 years down the road or 15 years down the road? Mobile phones will be more efficient with the integration of AI in it as well. So things will be better, more futuristic, I would say. Okay, I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, AIs are nowadays replacing humans in all the jobs, ma'am. Is it a threat to the human community, ma'am, actually?
It's not a threat, Suganya. It's a compliment. Remember that AI is there to complement human beings. So remember, I've given you an example just now that when you dine in a restaurant today, we have robots coming and delivering the food. Certain robots are able to still take orders and etc. But we still need the human touch. The human touch needs to be there to maneuver all this equipment, all these processes. So AI to be standalone and to replace human being is going to take some time, Suganya. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. But people are getting frightened that it may be replacing and downsize. Most of the companies are downsizing because of this, no, ma'am. That's my actual question.
Okay, totally understand. Yes, many companies are downsizing. It's not because of one of the reasons is because, of course, financially could be a situation. There are so many factors why they are downsizing. And yes, you are right, not to say that technology is one of it as well. But yes, it could be many other factors as well. But saying that, Suganya, human touch is still needed when it comes to managing or maneuvering the entire AI. even in the healthcare industry today, the AI itself cannot be doing the surgery by itself. It needs a human to maneuver it as well. Yeah, so we haven't gone to the level where AI is running as a standalone yet, but of course, with the human touch there at the moment.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in your opinion, how long will it take? Will it take Indian students to live in Metaverse academically, ma'am?
Okay, so now the hot topic, thank you for your question. The hot topic right now, everywhere, if you've been researching for the past few months, weeks, years, recent years as well on Google Scholar, you'll see that tremendous researchers have spent so much time researching in terms of understanding the importance of AI in education. So academically, I would say AI is important in education. All right. Not only about some of the elements that I shared in my slide about emotional intelligence, social intelligence, and etc. But AI is there to actually guide in terms of education to make educators' life a lot more easier, lesson plan a lot more easier. So we as educators, we are using AI for the right reason. And likewise, as a student, you're using AI to obtain guidance, to make sure that you are on the right path as well. Yeah, so to conclude that sentence, I would say it is important in the education industry.
Thank you, ma'am. I have one more question, ma'am.
Sure.
What about the legal terms and cyber security available in India for Metaverse?
Okay, so I'm not so sure about India per se, but in Malaysia, or more about international per se, when it comes to metaverse in terms of legality and cybersecurity, there's a lot of things to follow. There's a lot of processes to follow. So, but whatever it is, as long as you know that you need to educate yourself in that part, and once you are more aware, the best thing to do is just to make sure that you are doing or you're using particular tool, or you are getting into that part more on an ethical and legal perspective. You're doing it safe, then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, but the awareness needs to be there in terms of you need to do lots of reading to understand this. Yeah, especially when it comes to legality. Okay, I hope I've answered your question.
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
may I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for this insightful session. I just wanted to know, given your experience and knowledge about this subject area, what
Yeah.
are some of the very key barriers to adoption of metaverse according to you? And it has on an abstract level, covering all the industries. What do you think? Top 2 or 3 of the barriers?
Barriers in terms of metaverse education. Is that
Adoption, yes. The
adoption?
technology and yes.
Okay. Very good question. Thank you so much for your question, actually. Personally, I feel that there's a lot of things that has limitation. Every topic, everything that we are heading towards, there's pros and cons. Yeah. But for me, I'm more concerned about the anonymity of the metaverse, the privacy concern, because various crimes are all happening in the virtual space. So in terms of identity, in terms of anonymity, I think that is very, very important. Yeah. And to manage the security and privacy, I think it's taking some time. But as of for now, if you go and read up, you will understand based on certain case study, certain researchers have already come up to a lot of research where they actually mentioned that the metaverse is actually fundamentally more reliable, especially when you're using it in a different perspective. And in terms of privacy, there are elements of biometric data, personal information that helps individuals, helps companies as well. But we're still very concerned about the privacy. So we don't know 100% for real, but we might know certain percentages. And of course, along the way, we're also very concerned about inequality, equal access, governance that comes in, a lot of factors to consider. So to answer your question, Sudhanshu, I wouldn't say that there's always pros in it, but there's also challenges to be able to slowly overcome it as time goes by. Yeah.
Fabulous, ma'am. Thank you so much. And can we also say that these areas can be the future, job opportunities for anybody who wants to seek,
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Any other questions, please?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. You're most welcome. If there's no questions, I will conclude this presentation. Thank you so much for attending my session today. I hope you benefited, and I will pass over to Dr. Mohan. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're most welcome.
Thank you for your wonderful speech and informative speech.
No problem, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
You've done a practical session to our students and scholars.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm grateful for the depth of knowledge you brought to this session. Gentle reminder. Yes, ma'am. Gentle reminder, the feedback link will be posted in the chat box at the end of the valedictory function, and the e-certificate will be obtained once the form is filled. Thank you all the speakers and participants. Now let's commence the valedictory function. Thank you all.
VIIMS is not just a place of learning, but also a Good evening, everyone. VIIMS is not just a place of learning, but also a community of diverse individuals who share a common passion for knowledge, growth, and innovation. Now, let's have a virtual presentation about VIIMS.
Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies. Exclusive B School for Women, MBA and MCA, a part of Vivekananda Educational Institution. Established in the year 2002, we offers full-time MBA and MCA program approved by ICTE and EW Delhi, credited by NOC, and affiliated to Anna University. Greeny environmental campus around our institution. ICT-enabled classrooms, has its own cultural festivals and spaces for indoor and outdoor games. Active Learning Program Services provides a free transport service for day scholar students. Fine Arts Club to bring the latent talent of the students to limelights. Sharpening your knowledge with fully stocked library. Live your dreams with MNC placements. International conferences, seminars and weekly webinars. iLearning engines to increase the potential to improve the future learning. Comfy hostel feels like home, well-equipped lab facilities with 120 high-end systems. Consistent Anna University hold medalists and rank holders. So, if you're looking for a college that will prepare you for the exciting and ever-evolving world of information and management studies, look no further. Come join us at Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies.
The capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, the willingness to learn is a choice. Esteemed guests and participants, I have the distinct honor of introducing the Assistant Professor of VIIMS, Ms. Sankita Ma'am, who will be gracing us with the welcome address for today's event. Welcome you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Technology is best when it brings people together. As we are gathered here today in this virtual platform, to conclude this enriching journey, let us reflect on the knowledge gained, connections forged, and possibilities envisioned during our time together. The metaverse isn't just a concept, it's a transformative force reshaping how we perceive and engage with business, technology, and society. I'm honored to welcome Mr. Philip Gerber, digital healthcare humanist and futurist, healthcare metaverse and AI pioneer, as our esteemed speaker to address our valedictory function. I'm also privileged to invite the luminary, Ms. Rajalakshmi Subramanian, Director, Career Tree, HR Solutions, Chennai, joining us today as guest of honor. I also extend my warm welcome to Dr. Sridhar Sundaram, Dean, College of Business, Economics, California State University, Fullerton, US, to give us a special address to our gathering. I feel extremely glad in welcoming our beloved and most respected Chairman and Secretary, Professor Dr. M. Karunanidhi, Vivekananda Educational Institutions and Hospitals, Mrs. Krishnaveni Karunanidhi, MD, Vivekananda Educational Institutions and Hospitals, and all management leadership team in their absentia. I also extend my heartfelt welcome to Professor Dr. S. Kuppaswamy, Executive Director with Vivekananda Educational Institutions, Dr. V. Kumaravel, Director, Corporate Relationships and Skill Development, Mr. M. Chokkalingam, Chief Executive, Dr. R. Balagurunathan, Research Directors, Principals of our sister colleges, various heads of department, faculties, my dear students, welcome you all. Last but not the least, I heartily welcome our visionary and enthusiastic leader, Dr. V.Mohanasundaram, Director, Vivekananda Institute of Information Management Studies. I extend my pleasant reception to all the attendees joining us today for this valedictory function. Let us carry forward the insights gained and continue to navigate the metaverse with curiosity, innovation, and a shared vision for a brighter, interconnected future. Once again, a warm welcome to all our distinguished dignitaries, esteemed guests, participants, and students for being part of this remarkable journey. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. As we gather here today to celebrate this momentous occasion, it is my honor to introduce our distinguished chief guest, Philip Gerber, sir, who will be delivering the valedictory address. Let us move on to view the guest profile.
A very warm welcome to all of you gathered here today. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Philip Gerville. He is an international speaker, digital health humanist and futurist, industry advisor at IOTSG. His experience, he regularly speaking at major events in Europe, but also in Asia where he became an industry advisor for IOTSG, the Singapore-based biggest special interest group around the Internet of Things in Southeast Asia beginning of 2018. Philip recently received an Overseas Think Tank Expert Award granted by Chinese government official during the Third World Intelligence Congress held in Tianjin in May 2019. His awards: Overseas Think Tank Expert Award granted by Chinese government official during the Third World Intelligence Congress held in Tianjin in May 2019. Also an official mentor at Cherry Blair Foundation for Women since beginning 2018, as well as an advisor for Antler, a Singapore-based incubator and VC company in their new branch in London since March 2019. Field of interest: he is also putting the human at the center of discussion and trying to keep digital transformation, nature and humanity aligned. Before that, he spent about 30 years in various positions in big corporations in Basel, Switzerland, including also an 18 months expert assignment in the USA 2002 to 2003. It is a pleasure to welcome you for this international conference. A very warm welcome.
A warm welcome, sir.
So thank you very much for the invitation. Do you hear me?
Sir, we can start.
So do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear.
Okay, so thank you very much, for the invitation. It's a great honor for me. It's even a special honor because you bring two topics together, which are very close to my heart. So the first one being, of course, the women, because it's seldom that I'm have the honor to talk to an organization like you, putting the women in the center since many years. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you see that recently I often put amazing women in the spotlight, because we have amazing talents in all the places I'm going. I'm actually in the Middle East, just coming from Riyadh and now in Abu Dhabi. So amazing women talent there. And I think we really need, to encourage that more, and bring them really back to the place where they should be. The second point, of course, is the metaverse topic, which is very close to my heart. And of course, if we can talk about women's health in the metaverse, which is going to be my focus today, I think it's very important because women's health is in general something that is very underserved. We have, we could talk hours about, the women's health challenges. And for me, it's very important that we bring these two pieces together. So first, on the focus on the metaverse, I think I would have one or two videos, but I don't want to be too long in terms of sharing the videos, but the thing is really the message I want to give in terms of the metaverse, and I have the discussion every day, every week when I'm meeting people, is we should not think the metaverse is just a virtual, you should just do what we do in the physical world in a virtual world. The metaverse as a virtual world opens door to processes and functionalities or whatever you want, applications that you cannot do in the physical metaverse, physical world. And indeed, one of the key factors is, I talk even to people having handicaps, rare disease, and when they can emerge into the metaverse, it's a new world opening for them. You have people in wheelchairs that can live a normal life in the metaverse. On the other side, if we want to touch everybody, I think we should also talk about a metaverse without the VR glasses, because for me, in the healthcare space, I would even recommend the VR glasses when it becomes close to a medical device. So if you talk about, anxiety, mental health and all that, it's very close to be a medical device. But go back, to the gaming where a lot of this metaverse is coming from. We have millions of gamers around the world and not everybody has a VR glass. So we should also think about, you know, the immersive experience without the glasses. So that's one point when I think we come to the metaverse, you know, it is really make it accessible for everybody and maybe also more seamless. You know, you see that the glasses, the VR glasses are also evolving in terms of that. So now again, focusing on women, you know, you know, women health, it's a big issue, starting even from clinical trials. You know, I worked in pharmaceutical before, so even on clinical trials, the clinical trials are biased. For example, we have more male rats than female rats and things like that. So the whole clinical trials has to be changed and put, you know, the women more into the focus. Even for medical schools, doctors still start, you know, in most of the places, they start to learn anatomy on a man. And then just thinking there are small differences between the women, but they are not 2 or 3 differences. The whole genetic, everything is very different for women. So we have really to focus more, you know, on the specifics of the women. Then when it comes to access to healthcare for women, so maybe start, you know, with the moms. You know, the moms, they take more care of their children than of their own health. You know, so I think it's very important, you know, but they don't have, you know, the time to take care of themselves, you know. So they are 2 million women 2 billion women out of 4 don't visit even a physician. And 1 billion never go, you know, to pay a visit. So there are many reasons, and it's very different from country to country. You know, so they are, you know, busy patient schedule, unwillingness to make time, budget saving, unconsciousness. You know, it's also about, you know, very important from the work you do, the whole education. You know, when do I know that I should go to the doctor that there is something, or may I said even going before it is too late. So there is many reasons, you know, why women health is a huge gap. So actually, I'm also, if you talk about the metaverse, you know, so the whole access online, of course, is also about covering that aspect, you know, the whole geographic aspect. You know, it's going to be available 24 hours, 7 days per week. It's like the education piece, you know, you can go to get your education at the time that where you would have time. So if I come back to the mom discussion before, you know, maybe when the kids are sleeping, whatever, maybe you have some time for you and you could do some women health education in the metaverse, getting an appointment with a virtual doctor. There's also the whole piece coming now about the digital twins, you know, digital twin of myself. If I can load all my data, I may be able, you know, to anticipate what's going to come in terms of issues rather than going when it's too late. So there are many things like that, you know. So of course there is a huge shortage worldwide in terms of doctors, you know. And again, I'm talking about average numbers. The situation is even worse and very different when you go country by country or even regions by region within a country. But worldwide, you know, we have 4 doctors for 1,000 people. But, you know, we have 0.5 gynecologists for 1,000 people. And again, in a country like India, you know, with 1.4 billion people, I think we speak even about other numbers. You know, so I think there is a need, you know, to bring some of this metaverse technology to the countries, so because we are not going to be able to scale up, you know, with the physical doctors, and they are overloaded. That's the next point. You know, it might take you 100 days to get an appointment with a gynecologist. So I think, and that's when you know that there is a gynecologist. That's when you know where to go. You know, so even before that, there need to be an information. You know, who is the specialist, where you could go, and all that. So as I said, in a physical world, that's just utopia from my point of view. You know, we cannot go there. The population is aging. You know, we are having less and less doctor and more people. You're not becoming older, and usually when you become older, that's also why you have more healthcare requirement. So as I say, the gap is becoming wider and wider, and there is no other way for me than covering that gap, with technologies like the Metaverse. And maybe to conclude, actually, I just embarked in March on a venture. It's called My Anna Health, which is actually the first Metaverse doctor, powered by AI. So My Anna Health has been done by a gynecologist, a top surgeon, one of only 100 in the world doing some specific surgeries. And he basically worked since more than 3 years on ChatGPT, so some of the previous versions. So he took ChatGPT and pre-programmed it the other way around, so that ChatGPT is asking questions like a doctor would ask questions, rather than us asking questions, to ChatGPT. And he loaded more than 280,000 publications about women health, 40,000 algorithms, all that. So I have now an AI-powered Metaverse doctor that has more knowledge than any doctor that you would have in that space. And it's nothing wrong with that. We are all human, so we cannot keep all that in our mind. But now I have a specialized AI doctor, for women health. And I think that's the point, now to bring that to millions of people. And again, we are at the early phase of that program, but basically we will make this women AI doctor free for all the women worldwide. The financing will not come from the patients. They should have free access all over the world, in India, in China, in Africa. She's already speaking 63 languages. And for example, for India, she will not speak just Urdu. She will speak some local languages, because, if you want to touch every woman on the ground, we need to be able to have her speaking her language, and getting the response in her language. So I think there are amazing things going on, but of course the task is huge, and I'm so happy to have been able to, to be invited and to have been able to talk to that audience, because the work that you're doing is amazing, in empowering those women. And again, I meet every day, amazing women, talented women out there. And really, they are changing the world, and the world needs to be changed. So thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And of course, please feel free to reach out to me, if there's anything you need. I'm here to help all those women out there. It may be a huge task, because there are many out there, but I will always do my best, to help these talented ladies.
So definitely, sir. Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. It's my honor to introduce our distinguished chief guest, Ms. Rajalakshmi Subramanian, ma'am, who will be delivering the guest of honor. Let us move on to view the guest profile.
A very warm welcome all of you gathered here today. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our chief guest, Ms. Rajalakshmi Subramanian, Director, HR Career Tree HR Solution, Regional VP. She having a driving excellence in human capital and social impact and 19 years of experience in the service sector. She played a role as the Director at Career Tree HR Solution, the Regional Vice President of the Indian Society of Training and Development. Actively contribute to strategic leadership, membership group, program development, knowledge sharing platform, advocacy, representation, collaboration with local chapter and member engagement. The chairwoman of the Indian Women Network, Tamil Nadu. Her dedication is reflected in championing key initiatives such as professional growth, inclusivity and diversity, youth engagement, and advocacy for human rights. As the director of Career Tree HR Solution, she has been instrumental in guiding the organization towards HR excellence and strategic workforce management. Honored to serve as the Regional Vice President of the Indian Society of Training and Development. She actively contributes to strategic leadership, membership, growth program development, knowledge sharing platform, advocacy, representation, collaboration with local chapters and member engagement. As the chairwoman of the Indian Women Network, Tamil Nadu, she committed to fostering an environment that empower and uplift women professionals across our region. Her dedication is reflected in championing key initiatives such as professional growth, inclusivity and diversity, youth engagement and advocacy for human rights. Key areas of expertise: strategic human resources, organizational development, leadership and program management, advocacy and representation, women empowerment and diversity initiative. We welcome you, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am. Very good.
Thank you. அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம் மேடம்.
Dignitaries joined both online as well as offline. A very happy evening to one and all. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we are able to hear.
Thank you. A very happy evening to the bright minds of Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Study. I'm deeply honored to address such a vibrant gathering of always and aspiring women leaders. My association goes a couple of years back with Vivekananda. It's been a fantastic journey, and today I'm sure you're having a wonderful day of the conference, and today is the second day of the conference, navigating Metaverse and shaping the future business. I'm sure all of you from yesterday are experiencing and exploring a very interaction of virtual reality, augmented reality, and digital space, which are really essential for the business world today. I'm sure you would have got global speakers from addressing you. I'm sure today's address by Mr. Philip Girville for his excellent valedictory address and sharing his expertise in the metaverse and AI, and especially in the healthcare domain he was touching upon. It's really good and it's very thought-provoking, and really we need to get into the overall technology and how it is developing and shaping. I wish to take a moment to thank the management of the institution and also the committee members for doing such a wonderful session, which enables to do more content and build confidence with the students community. And today I've come here to share some of my thoughts and insight that will ignite your passion, fuel your ambition, and I'm sure it's going to make you, inspire you to reach for the stars. Firstly, I wanted to emphasize the opportunity of today in India and in the global perspective is very important for a woman, and everywhere we are talking on the space of technology. Each day presents us with a numerous of possibilities, and it's up to us to seize them and courage and conviction. And I'm sure your institution will play a major role for you, and they are giving you a lot of opportunities. When the presentation about the college was done, you can see a lot of opportunities being created, and I'm sure you will be able to grasp those opportunities. And I'm sure every moment, every class and every instructions is going to be very good for you this year. And your time is very precious, friends, so use it wisely to cultivate your talent, broaden your horizons and expand your potential. And here, if you look at the current job market, which is also very dynamic and it is competitive, there are a lot of opportunity created for the MCA and MBA graduates. MCA is highly demanded, and more of IT roles in the software development, analytics, cybersecurity, and cloud computing, and I can go on. On the other side, MBA, you have a lot of experience into the leadership, into finance, into marketing, and into operation. There are a lot of industries which want to take students and which are taking industries across. I'm sure employers also need real value added experience other than your skills, other than your studies, and other than your subject matter experts. You also need to think how innovative thinking can help you. What are the soft skills that can be done, like your communication, adaptability? So, besides the technical proficiency, nowadays it is more of developing your interpersonal skills and how do you stand out as an individual in this job market. So, these are the areas where you also need to see what are the skills needed, how do I move across. And AI now being a very, very, very much needed skill, I'm sure you need to get yourself prepared on the technology front. After your completion of studies, that will also be going ahead hand in hand for you. This is about the job market. And remember one thing, success is not the sole journey, friends. It is about surrounding yourself with a supportive network, like-minded individuals who uplift and empower you. In your college, you have many areas where traveling with Mohansundaram sir and the team faculty, there are a lot of opportunity given and created for the students. And also they also put you in programs, they also give mentors. I mean, seek out for mentors who can offer guidance and wisdom, because this is the major first step for you for the corporate world. So start preparing yourself for tomorrow. I'm sure the guidance and the wisdom of your own experience will also be there. Parallelly connect with peers and also share your passion and aspiration. Understand how we need to achieve that together. I'm sure together you can achieve far more than you ever could alone. In today's fast world, technology is inevitable partner. Basically, we embrace it totally or harnessing its power. It increases your productivity, creativity, and innovation. Whether it is mastering new software or exploring, uh, basically it is leveraging digital platform or collaborating. Let's technology be a catalyst for your success. I mean, it has to go hand in hand. So please keep yourself prepared and start working towards it. If you look at the overall chart, your course forward, remember one important thing as a experienced person, continuous learning and growth is more important for individuals. And today is women's world, and I'm sure every way we develop, have an individual development plan, set ambitious goals for yourself, personal and professional. Challenge your self, your individual. That's more important. And everywhere, something or the other, innovate and identify something new and learn it. It can be a skill, it can be a language, it can be any perspective. Invest some quality time on your development, knowing how your journey should be, knowing how the self improvement plan will be. Basically, it's going to be lifelong and deeply rewarding for you as an individual. Furthermore, I urge you to become active members. I always say this to the members whenever I address the college. I used to tell them, wherever you are, whichever field you are, take some professional bodies, professional membership in bodies, or go attend programs, conferences. I'm sure these will invaluably resource for you, create a networking opportunity, and also give you a the expectation of corporate and how as professionally you need to enter and you need to grow. I'm sure you can stay abreast of all industrial trends where when you attend forums, when you attend conferences like these. I'm sure you should be grateful to your college to have an international conference with global perspective being given to you. I'm sure the knowledge and the best practices and the positions, the various levels, what people come and speak here, you have excellent leaders coming and addressing. So there'll be a lot of learning for you. And last but not least, never underestimate the power of your own voice and the impact you can create to the world around you. You are basically you can become an architect of your own destiny, capable of achieving greatness behind your wildest dreams, friends. Believe in yourself, embrace every challenge as an opportunity. I always say that take every challenge as an opportunity, work and grow. and never lose sight of your incredible potential that lies within you. Remember one thing, that the path to success is not always easy. It is always worth it. So dare, dream boldly. Don't be scared, because you might be the first generation from the family entering the industry or entering the corporate world. Don't worry, it's okay. What challenges you come, dare it, dream it boldly, work literally, and never settle for anything less than your best. Thank you once again for accepting me to share these words to you today. I'm truly inspired by your passion. I've been working for last 4 years with VIIMS. The way the students are, the passion, the determination, and the boldness, it's amazing. I think thanks to the management, thanks to the faculty who developed the students to this level. And together, I'm sure we can drive for excellence and uplift one another, and to create a brighter and more exclusive future for all of us. And all the very best. And thanks to all the wonderful speakers. And thank you, Mohanasundaram sir, for giving me this opportunity. I'm sure you will have such more conference which benefits the students. Thank you, and have a great learning sessions, guys, ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for a wonderful speech.
Thank you, ma'am. Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. It's my honor to introduce our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Sridhar Sundaram sir, who will be delivering the special address. Let us move on to view their guest profile.
A very warm welcome to all of you gathered here today. It's given me an immense pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Sridhar Sundaram, for this occasion. Mr. Sridhar Sundaram, Dean, College of Business and Economics at California State University, Fullerton. Education, Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Doctorate in Business Administration, Accounting and Finance, 1986 to 1990. Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, Master of Business Administration, MBA, Finance, 1984 to 1986. PhD College of Arts and Science, MCom, Accounting, 1982 to 1984. PhD College of Arts and Science, Bachelor of Commerce, Accounting, 1979 to 1982. Experienced dean with the demonstrated leadership in an higher education industry, skilled in the new programming development, community engagement and fundraising. Experienced California State University, Fullerton, Dean, College of Business and Economics, July 2021 to present. University of South Florida, Dean, K. Tiemann School of Business and Finance, July 2020 to 2021. University of South Florida, St. Petersburg, Dean, K. Tiemann College of Business, July 2016 to June 2020. Grand Valley State University, Associated Dean, October 2013 to June 2016. Academic Director, Executive MBA, September 2013 to June 2016. He is responsible for the launch of customized Executive MBA program for Spectrum Health. Professor of Finance, August 2001 to June 2016. Chair Finance Department, June 2006 to September 2013. Primary responsibilities as a chair was to provide the strategic leadership to the finance department. Academic Director, Full-Time Integrated MBA Program, June 2011 to August 2013. Lead the development of a program and was responsible for all the curriculum aspects of a program. We are very glad to welcome you, sir. A very warm
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. I really appreciate this. Again, good afternoon to all of you. It's good morning to me. Dr. Mohanasundaram, thank you for having me at this conference, and thank you to Vivekananda Institute. I assume, can I share my screen?
Yes, sir, you can share it, sir.
All right, fantastic. Again, thank you very much for having me. Thank you for the kind introduction. As you can see, I'm a byproduct of India. Completed my background was in accounting, came to the United States to pursue my doctorate and in finance and being in administration for a long time. as a dean, one of the things that I have to look at is what's happening in the world and how do I update my curriculum so we have the most important things available. Today, data and technology plays a very important role in all of our lives. So one of the things that is I'm really happy to see this international conference focusing on navigating metaverse and shaping the future of business. And thank you for the opportunity to talk about that. And I'm a non-technical person, so my presentation is going to be much more on a very much to see where we are with metaverse and how is it impacting us and what are the possibilities from a human perspective. And what are the brands that is investing in metaverse today, and what is the future that is possible for us. So again, thank you for the opportunity, to Vivekananda Institute. I've been very fortunate that I continue to work with India in many ways. We are actually working with a nonprofit organization called Yuki, which is focused on women empowerment from an entrepreneurial perspective, and we have a very successful relationship with Dr. Sentamare Gopalakrishnan, and I'm glad to be able to present here. Without any further delay, let's talk about, again, I'm sure in the yesterday and today, you've seen many different versions of the definition, but just to be on the same page, we wanted to define metaverse as a virtual world where people can interact with each other with virtual objects as well as with each other in a very immersive fashion. What I thought would be an interesting way for us to talk about metaverse would be to look at, there was a recent television show called Alter Ego. And it was an American singing competition. I don't know how many of you had a chance to take a look at it. If not, you can look at it in YouTube. And what is great about this particular show is that it allows for singing contestants to be able to take an avatar, and that avatar really participates with the judges, the audience. And it was very interesting. And I wanted to show you a small video. And then I want to talk about, what is the implications of that from a technology perspective as well as from a human perspective. Okay, let me see if I can play this video.
Whoa! This is unlike how we've seen people perform ever in the history of television. This is freaking nutty nuts.
Fox is making television history and bringing you the world's first avatar singing competition. This is Alter Ego. Look what we got here.
Why do you feel like you need an alter ego?
There's something about how I look behind this alter ego that I feel like it's held me back.
Lost dreams and second chances are reignited when singers from all walks of life become the stars they've always dreamed of being. Look what we got here.
Growing up, people always judged me by the way I look and the way I sang, but I realized I don't have to be afraid.
In front of some of the biggest names in music, will.i.am, Alanis Morissette, and Nick Lachey, as they search for the next generation superstar.
I can't wait to meet the human beings behind these alter egos.
An alter ego actually really helps me a lot in life.
I like that hair. Yo, do that again, bro.
With cutting-edge technology never before used on television, singers' alter egos will be transported through the lens onto a real stage with real backup dancers and a live audience.
This alter ego is giving you just the invitation to step out and be even more of who you are.
So those avatar tears, yeah, man, you're real.
I think that's the beauty of this show is just you have no idea what's coming at you.
Tune in for a special 2-night premiere of Alter Ego, where dreams become reality like never before.
I think this is, again, the sample about this show is that really every contestant could adopt an alter ego in the form of an avatar and be able to transport. And what was fascinating was the integration of, the avatar, the virtual world with the real world. In this case, where they're interacting with the audiences, the interacting with the judges. Let's talk about the technology. It is amazing to see the technological advances we've made, whether you're talking about hardware, software, and the ability to bring this to reality these days. Clearly, one of the fundamental technologies on which we're building a lot of these is the blockchain technology. Many of the applications have built it. And the ability to now where we are in augmented reality and virtual reality is really, the advancements we have made because of the advanced chips that we have. That has been significant to bring such a show, for example, to reality. The influence of artificial intelligence, the ability to kind of create those programming to be able to bring that, because there is so much technology that's behind bringing such a show. But what I really wanted to touch also is the human aspect of it. I think what's fascinating for me is that, the ability to bring and integrate the virtual reality with the real world, and to be able to see that and the reactions from the audience and the judges. Let's talk about a couple of different aspects. I said, one, what does the avatar do for the singing, contestants? I think in today's world where we have so many judgments that are made, especially in society, on how we look, the ability to be able to take an avatar gives them the ability to express themselves fully. But not only that, now you're only judged by your talent, not because how you look, so therefore it is really removing all of the constraints for individuals to be able to judge that. The second aspect I thought was fascinating to me was how we are able to, relate to them from an emotional standpoint. We've seen the 2D versions of, movies and how we associate with characters, and to be able to see somebody in 3D in an avatar and be able to relate to that is very powerful. And as you can see, the emotions of that is really touching, and not only the judges, but also the audience. It is incredible to be able to see that emotional connection we have to this virtual world. Now, imagine all of this can be purely done in a metaverse where we don't have to integrate them in the real world. But those are the things that I felt that, and when you're taking a metaverse, and the ability to see the human aspects and the ability to play that becomes a critical aspect. We'll talk about that in a minute, how brands are using that. The current status, with the metaverse is that we have tech giants in the United States that have made significant investments. And, same thing we're seeing in India. But we have not seen a significant growth in the adaptation of businesses outside of gaming sector. Gaming sector has tremendously made progress, as we have seen, for example, which the League of Legends or other, games that are really kind of immersive experiences where the various, using metaverse has become common. But we have not, unlike a ChatGPT that gave us a pathway to looking at generative AI, we have not had a breakthrough that has really made it metaverse an adaptive experience in a much more expanded version at this point in time. What are some of the challenges? Again, I'm not going to spend too much time, but obviously, as we look at the expertise and the innovations that continues to come through from a technology standpoint, and the huge investments that is required for that, it clearly is a barrier for entry into metaverse. Same thing with reliability and security. Unless we can be very guaranteed about the security of this, expansion and growth is not going to happen. For security and payments, for example. The privacy of information gathered, as we look at many of the Nike Land is a good example, or Gucci that has, is a huge investment. Anyone who's participating in their campaign, the amount of information they're able to gather is significant. Now, who owns that information becomes part of the question. So governance and regulation. And the last aspect is equal access. It is expensive to have access to technology and metaverse. So the ability for us to make sure, in a day and age, we are trying to make sure everybody has access to internet. How do we make sure we have equal access to technology such as metaverse throughout the world? Where I see the future of the metaverse in business, it still is continuing to evolve. I hope, thank you. it's still continuing to evolve. And as ChatGPT really kind of with the OpenAI AI really kind of gave for artificial intelligence a significant pathway for us to be thinking about how AI can play a significant role, and how generative AI can make our life much more efficient. And whether it's education, whether you're looking at business, we have not had such kind of a pathway. But ChatGPT was not built in one day. It was built on multiple failures before we were able to have that and really open up a future AI models. And I really think that will probably happen with Metaverse also. The gaming industry has really been the leader in this case. Primarily, if you look at Activision's Blizzard, Roblox, who uses online entertainment, and Tencent through its Epic Games are some of the leaders in the space where they really have taken Metaverse within the gaming sector. What are some of the brands that are or investing in Metaverse today to complement their business strategy? Here, I've just given you a few of these. Gucci is a good example. Forever. These are, again, when you look at fashion and shopping, they really have taken an opportunity to kind of invest in the Metaverse. Even Hyundai, looking at future mobility adventure, here is a great pathway to be able to do that. Nike is another one that is really invested. If you participate in Nike Land, you will have visitors, celebrity visitors like LeBron James probably visiting you, and they're enhancing the experience, but also looking at all the things that are possible as they launch new fashion. You're able to see that. Where I see this in the future for even Nike Land today, they're generating about $185 million, which is a small percentage of the digital market. And that's about 1.7%. They are planning to expand their, in partnership with Epic Games, they plan to expand their offerings to Metaverse, but still it is a very small percentage of what businesses accomplish, using it today. And what I see that is continuing to grow as technology grows, and but be a very key supplement to the business strategies used by most of the business in the future. The future is bright, but it is going to take some time for technology to catch up, and for us to think about Metaverse and integrating Metaverse in multiple ways for us from a business experience outside of the gaming world. I think it's going to take a little more time, but I think the future is tremendous for Metaverse. And what I wanted to conclude by saying is that it is an important aspect of the business, and for your students and the faculty to be aware of it and bringing this, I think is a terrific opportunity. And I applaud and congratulate Vivekananda Institute for providing this opportunity. And thank you for the opportunity to participate in this conference. And let me stop sharing so I can see you. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today. And hopefully this gave you a little bit of insight into how I see from a business perspective and from a dean's perspective. Thanks again for the opportunity, Dr. Mohanasundaram.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Because at the early morning, you started your speech, I think so.
That is correct. It's about 3 a.m. in the morning.
3 a.m. in the morning. So. Thank you for disturbing you always. Thank you, sir.
No problem. I appreciate it and wish you a fantastic rest of the conference. I know it has been a very successful conference for you. So again, congratulations on bringing such a relevant topic to all of your students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. With your wishes and blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. I would like to invite Dr. V. Kumaravel, sir, Director, Corporate Relationship and Skill Development, Vivekananda Educational Institutions, to felicitate our eminent guest speakers. We are happy to share a short clip of Dr. V. Kumaravel, sir, who has exemplary experience in the field of corporate relationship and skill development. Now let's have a video presentation of his profile.
A very warm welcome to all of you gathered here today. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest for this occasion. I would like to welcome Dr. V. Kumaravel, MCom, MPhil, MBA, PhD, Director of Skill Development. A remarkable individual whose journey of experience and expertise has greatly impacted our institution. He is associated with Vivekananda Educational Institutions from 2010 and now continuing as our Skill Development Director who enriches various skill development courses for our students. He is having a wealth of experience in the teaching field, having served various colleges. His commitment to education and passion for nurturing young minds have made a lasting impact on students and colleagues. He has completed PhD in Commerce and Management. He is serving as a member of Editorial Board and Advisory Board for International Journal on Management Research Review, Indian Journal of Applied Research, Global Research Analysis and Paripex, to name a few. He published a number of articles in the field of management and topic of his interest. Let's see some of his publications. Production and Export of Marine Products of India, Investment Avenues and Tax Implications for Small Investors, a study on impact of media on child health, members in Editorial and Advisory Board, International Journal on Management Research Review, Indian Journal of Applied Research, International Journal of Scientific Research, Global Research Analysis and Paripex Indian Journal of Research, VEI International Journal of Social Science, Shamlex International Journal of Management. We are privileged to welcome you, sir.
Good evening to all of you. My voice is audible?
Audible, sir.
Thank you. I am very happy to take part in this international conference on navigating Metaverse in shaping the future of business. It is need of the hour because in near future, we are going to face a lot of new business opportunities for entrepreneur as well as new startup. See, we can able to see a lot of developments after Corona. So we can divide the business forms before Corona and after Corona. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, each and every one of us, we are learning to utilize technology in the business, how it is making some difference, some advancement in the business also. So in this scenario, our VIIMS, Vivekananda Institute of Information and Management Studies, is organizing international conference on this Metaverse in saving the future of business. So I really appreciate the director and the faculty member and the student of this VIIMS for organizing this international conference in hybrid mode. So really the topic for the discussion today is the most important one. See, Metaverse, it is a new way to engage the customers and creating new business opportunity for growth. So it merge both physical as well as digital reality. So it's helpful to the companies to better understand about the customers and developing a long relationship with them. Moreover, Metaverse also play a huge role in customer retention and engagement of any business. Moreover, it is also useful for new product development and also predicting the success of any innovation in the business field. So in this scenario, so all the students of MCA as well as MBA, we should be well versed with technology as well as administration. But before Corona and in olden days, if the students are having single domain knowledge is more than enough. But nowadays, due to change of business technologies and many more things, the students should be on multiple talent. So computer graduates, they should have knowledge of business administration, and the business administration students, they should have the knowledge of latest technologies. So that is why whether they are doing computer related or business administration, each and every student, you should be well versed with the basic concepts and developments in augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, and artificial intelligence and IoT and blockchain technologies. So that will create a new forms of business in future. So as a student of management studies and computer application, you have a lot of opportunities in near future. So we should be well versed with latest technologies that are coming day by day. So it is a great opportunity to everyone to hear, to listen the speeches from all over the world. So I really appreciate Dr. Mohanasundaram for arranging excellent speakers all over the world. So previously Professor Sundaram and as well as Rajalakshmi Madam, they have given excellent talk how the students should be in near future for getting a good employment opportunity. So I think this conference that will provide the latest technologies, latest developments in the present metaverse, in the shaping the future of business. So I appreciate each and everyone for taking part of this. So I thank the organizer for giving this wonderful opportunity to share few words in this international conference. Thank you to everyone. Once again, thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. I would like to call Dr. R. Mailbaghan, sir, Associate Professor of VIIMS, who will be delivering the conference report.
Pleasant evening to all the participants. I'm happy to present the 9th episode of International Conference Report on Navigating Metaverse in Shaping the Future of Business. The day one morning session started by welcome address was given by Dr. V.Mohanasundaram, Director of VIIMS Institute of Information Management Studies, followed by Dr. Sendamari Gopalakrishnan, Founder Wiki Global Ventures Chennai, delivered the conference theme outlining the concept of metaverse and how it acts as a bridge between reality and invisible data. Followed by Mr. Ajay Nair, CEO of NextSpace UK, gave the inaugural address. He shared the actionable insights into leveraging the management of metaverse, and Sir highlighted the future trends and opportunities in metaverse with live industrial applications and examples. Continued by Professor Dr. S. Kupusamy, sir, Executive Director, Vivekananda Educational Institutions, felicitated the esteemed guests and participants, enriched us with the understanding of emerging phenomena of metaverse, and inspired us to explore new frontiers of innovations and possibilities. Last, Professor Dr. T. Krishnakumar, HOD, MBA, Vivekananda Institute of Information Management Studies, proposed the vote of thanks. Day one morning session started with the lead talk session by Dr. Anand Kulkarni, Professor and Associate Director, Institute of Artificial Intelligence, MIT Pune, gave a lead talk on introduction, concept of metaverse, highlighting its potential application across industries with digital and virtual world. The next lead talk was by Dr. Arnidam Chaudhary, Professor, Great Lake Institute of Management Studies, Chennai, discussed about the various optimization in machine learning algorithm and their applications in improving model performance, efficiency like Newton's methods and its experiment. The day one afternoon session was started by Dr. R. Rajkumar, Professor, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. Sir explored the intersection of metaverse and the future of work, focusing on the challenges and considerations that organizations need to address. Followed by Sunil Putadar, Professor, Head, Srindini Institute of Science and Technology, Hyderabad. Sir provided the insights into the opportunities and challenges of metaverse in both education and industry sector. Sir discussed how immersive technologies can enhance learning experience and enable virtual simulations. The day two followed, started with Dr. Anand Mahalingam, sir, Vice President, Data Science and Digit Insurance, Bangalore, had a discussion on the topic reimagining sales and support through metaverse. Sir likely explored the innovations approaches to sales and customer support within the metaverse. Sir also likely provided the practical insights into the integration of metaverse technologies into marketing and customer service strategies. The second lead talk was by Mr. Magesh Narayanan, Generative Artificial Intelligence Go-to-Market, leading technology consulting firm from Bangalore. Sir gave a lead talk about navigating the future of research, generative artificial intelligence as a catalyst in management research. SAR focused on the transformative potential of generative AI in the realm of management research. He also provided valuable insights into the future of research methodologies empowered by artificial intelligence. The third session was followed by Dr. Santosh Kumar Nanda, architect AI Solutions Wipro Limited, Bangalore, addressed on the role of quantum artificial intelligence (QAI) in transforming metaverse. SAR also briefed about the intersection of virtual, augmented, and mixed reality layers. This presentation offered insights into the potential of AI to reshape the metaverse landscape. The fourth session was by Dr. Janita Kularajasingam, Professor Taylor's University, Malaysia. Discussions were about AI and contributions of expansions of the metaverse. Ma'am explored the AI's role in expanding the metaverse and also AI technologies, which can enrich virtual experience, social integration, emotional intelligence, and shape the evolution of virtual worlds. The afternoon session, which is of validatory session, the validatory address was proposed by Philip Garwell, Healthcare Metaverse and AI Pioneer, Mayanna, Chief Communication Officer in the United Kingdom. Ma'am offered insights into the importance of metaverse and highlighted the significance of AI and the metaverse in education with women and healthcare. Followed by the guest of honor, Ms. Rajalakshmi Subramaniam, Director, Career Tree, HR Solutions, Chennai. Ma'am spoke about how artificial intelligence and metaverse impact on talent management and organization development. The last special address was given by Dr. Sridhar Sundaram, Dean, College of Business Economics, California State University, Flutron, United States. SAR shared the perspectives from academia and business, offering valuable insights into the implications of artificial intelligence and metaverse for economic, business management, and society. Facilitation was given by Dr. V. Kumaravel, Director, Corporate Relations and Skill Development by Vivekananda Educational Institutions. To summarize, on day one, 372 participants were there, which includes of students, research scholars, academicians, and technocrats all around the globe. In the day two, followed with of 305 participants. Around 200 technical papers were received and were scrutinized and will be presented on 13/5/2024 Monday. And these selected papers will be published in ISBN and in UGC CARE and Scopus Journal based on their quality. To conclude, overall, the conference offered a multifaceted exploration of metaverse and its implication across different domains. It sparked the discussions on the transformative potential of immersive technologies, while also highlighting the need for careful consideration of ethical, societal, and technical challenges. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Before we adjourn, let's take a moment to reflect on the key insights and takeaways from our discussions today. From insightful presentations to engaging discussions, it's clear that today's session has been both enriching and productive. I would like to express a heartfelt appreciation to all our esteemed speakers for sharing their expertise and insights with us. Your contributions have truly enhanced our understandings of the topics at hand. Thank you, everyone. Gentle reminder to all the participants. The most awaited paper presentation will be held on Monday, 13/5/2024 through virtual mode. The link will be shared in VIIMS Metaverse WhatsApp group. Stay tuned and wishing you all the best for the upcoming event.
Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessing. I would like to call Ms. Sendamari Chelvi Ma'am, HOD of MCA, VIIMS, who will be delivering the oath of thanks.
Good evening to everyone. It's my immense pleasure to extend my heartfelt thanks to all those who have contributed to the success of the International Conference on Navigating Metaverse in Shaping the Futures of Business. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest thanks to our Chairman and Secretary of this esteemed institution, Professor Dr. M. Karnanvis sir. We are truly grateful for your guidance and commitment to our collective goals. Thank you for your continued trust and encouragement. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our energetic supporter, advisor, executive director, Professor X. Kukusami sir, for his encouragement and support. Your tireless effort have been the cornerstone of our success and we are deeply grateful for your commitment to excellence. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed management trustees for their invaluable support and guidance. I also thank our Director, Skill Development, Dr. V.IIMS, sir, for your constant support. I'm extremely thankful to our Director, Dr. V.Mohanasundaram, sir, and the guidance and vision of our Director. This international conference has been an extraordinary journey into the realms of Metaverse, exploring its vast potential in transforming the landscape of business and innovation. Throughout these insightful discussions, we have witnessed the convergence of ideas, expertise, and visions from diverse perspectives, paving the way for a deeper understanding of how the metaverse can revolutionize industries and redefine the way we engage the technology. It's with great pleasure and heartfelt appreciation that I extend my sincere thanks to our distinguished keynote speakers for sharing their profound insights, experiences, and expertise. Your thought-provoking presentations have illuminated the path forward, inspiring us to explore new horizons and embrace the opportunities presented by the metaverse. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to all academicians, research scholars, industry delegates, and students for their exceptional contributions. I must acknowledge the dedication and hard work of organizing committee and volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the seamless execution of this international conference. Your dedication and attention in detail have been pivotal in creating a stimulating and enriching expertise for all participants. It's with a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation that I extend my heartfelt thanks to our dedicated and esteemed teaching and non-teaching faculty members, press and media, student, volunteers, and our pillar VIIMS students for your invaluable contributions, which is the driving force behind the success of this international conference. As we conclude this conference, let's carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and exploration ignited me. May the knowledge gained and connections forged during this gathering continue to inspiring us in navigating the metaverse and shaping the future of business. Once again, thank you to everyone who has contributed to the success of this event. Your support and dedication have made it truly unforgettable experience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.